you're looking for professional day trading education and high-level trade analysis and dissection, you've come to the right place. My name is Pat Mitchell, and tonight we are going to be going over a couple of trades that I personally took. Going to be going over a long that we took into support and a short that I took into resistance. Sounds pretty standard, but I promise you by the end of this video, you're probably going to pick up on a nugget or two that you may not have known before. So let's get into it. I hope you all had an absolutely fantastic day. Today was great. And give me a sec as I fire up these charts. Let's do this. Okay, folks, so now that we are into the charts, let's go over a couple of trades. Let's actually go over Qs first. So for those of you that are just joining us here, these blue levels are levels that I strike prior to the market open, always at 9 a.m. East. And then no matter what, without fail, those are the trade plans that I trade. Rarely do I ever deviate from those trade plans. Probably 95% of the time, all trades are based off of these trade plans. And today, for a little bit of context, on the daily chart, if you look to these two blue charts on the left-hand side, these are the daily charts. The daily charts are really important. And right now, if you take a look, you can see that we have still quite a bit of this apex left of this trend. And same here on Qs. Now, we did actually get over that trend a little bit, and it actually basically bottom ticked that trend and has pushed up. Now, it can't get over that range high because SPY has not broke out yet. It's flirting with that. So basically what I've been saying all week is even though it might look like it's going to break out, according to the technicals and according to the chart, it's not ready yet. And it's really interesting because all day, if I scroll this chart back, it looked like it was going to go. So what has happened after hours? Well, after hours, it is now sold off. So it's not ready. Yes, there will be some people that'll say that it has to do with a bad earnings miss or two that was out today. But regardless, guys, technicals, I always lean on technicals. I trust in that. I am a technical trader. A lot of traders simply don't know what type of trader they are. And it's an issue, right? They're swing traders, day traders, news-based traders, all of that. I am a technical day trader looking for short-term opportunities based off of support and resistance. And that's it. Easy peasy. So on these trades here, now I'm going to get zoomed back in so then we can go over them. Give me one quick sec, folks, to resort out these charts. Jesus, having a hard time talking. So let's go over the very first trade. So long. The trade plan was to go long coming into this level of support here at 570.99 on Qs. So coming into the market open, and I'm going to stretch this out and zoom it in a little bit more, just so then you folks at home can see it a little bit better. That'll probably be a little bit better for you. So market opens up and it kind of pops up, sells off. Next candle opens and it washes. That gets us close into our entry to start in. Now, a lot of people like these bottom tick entries. I personally don't. It pisses me off to no end because in a trade like this, where we have the appropriate amount of distance into a very valid support level, I don't want to just bottom tick that entry, right? I want to start in on the wash, but I want another opportunity to get in with more size. Okay. Now, I didn't get that. And it popped up and stalled out right into resistance. There's a bunch of moving average congestion up here. Okay. So it came into support, popped back up into resistance, and I paid myself and then stopped out the rest. So this could have very easily, and I'll explain why it pisses me off, even though I've already kind of done that. I start in with a starter size position. If it washes further into that level or even into my risk, I can acquire more size. That size on this trade, I locked in $1,970. That could very easily be doubled up or tripled up. Now, don't get my words twisted here. I'm not making it about profit. What I'm getting at is there are certain opportunities, certain trades that the odds of getting that reactionary bounce into that level are very high. So you want to capitalize on that, right? Like at the end of the day, that's what we're doing here. We are day traders looking for opportunities. And when you see that perfect opportunity, this isn't a perfect opportunity, but it's a good, solid opportunity. I want to take advantage of it. And you're not able to if it doesn't actually keep coming down. If you get that starter position, it's just a starter position. So that's that. That's one of the reasons why I do prefer it actually coming into the level and even a little bit further past that level. I'm able to really, really capitalize. And the further the extension, generally, the more violent the push back up. Not all the time, but generally speaking. So that was Q's. Q's very solid in out type of trade, right into support, paid myself into resistance, done. So locking in just under $2,000 within basically, because all of that size was stripped out in about a minute and a half. So that's the potential with this strategy. Now let's go over the next trade. So SPY was a short. So what we have to take a look at again is Q's. Q's is above support, so we go long. SPY is below resistance, so we go short. And this trade, you can see multiple entries. On this one here, I'm going to zoom in on this daily chart and really stretch it out. Just give me 1 sec. So what you don't see is that this 5 EMA was more so down here. And the way it started forming, it was having problems. You can see right here with that resistance area. So with it coming up into that level, right? And even though it went a little bit higher, that's fine. It doesn't matter. With that rejection, the potential of that trade is quite a bit, okay, on that daily chart. Now, first level down would be that 5 EMA. If you take a look at this daily chart, and here's a nice little note for you, it's tested the 5 EMA a lot. Now it's time to test the 9. It would have, if it would have sold off there, it would absolutely blow through that 5 EMA. That's where a lot of traders make mistakes. They ignore multiple tests of a moving average and then believe the next time it tests, it will hold. It generally won't. It's already been tested. It now needs that lower support level, which would have been that 9 EMA. And if you take a look at the potential on this trade, you're looking at a lot. You're looking at roughly 3 points from your entry straight down. Now, 3 points isn't a lot on the stock, but on options, that's a fucking huge trade. So that's why you're seeing me continuously work this trade. Okay. And why you see my exits, I really wanted to try and push it and stretch that time out in that trade for it to come down and sell off. Didn't happen, and I'm completely okay with that. So entered into here, right? So as it pushes up, I enter. I pay myself a little bit because it's really holding here, right? It doesn't want to fall apart. So that's a clue that this thing wants to come up higher. Doesn't mean you get out of that trade, but you do need to protect yourself. So entered, paid myself. As it pushes up into that opening price and Q's is into its resistance, I am adding. I'm adding into that. And I added multiple times. And right in here, right before the wash, as it dips down, pops back up, that is a really good signal that we are about to experience what I call speed. That just means you're about to get a pretty volatile push or thrust downwards. Doesn't mean that it's going to collapse and sell off and go to zero. It just means that get ready, you're about to get paid. And because on options, that increased volatility of the push of that candle, either up or down, that premium is going to explode. And that's exactly what it did. Like if you take a look, you're probably looking at 15-20% in less than a minute. It's like immediately. That's a big payday, man. So on that one there, working this over and multiple times, locked in $5,102 on that. very nice trade. I was up about 6,500 and I had about 40 contracts left on this position. Like I said, because of the potential in the trade, that's why I'm holding a little bit more than I normally would. And I talked about this actually the other day. I'll position myself and I'll use size. A lot of people use size and they'll hold it all the way down or all the way up. That's not how I use size. I use size to basically make my money a lot quicker. Okay, if that makes sense. I want to get in and out, and if I know that this has high odds of success, I will increase my size. I will then increase my size even further if there is a lot of potential on that trade because I want to lock in. I want distance. I want distance on my P&L and on my profit. And what I mean by that is if I'm going to be holding more than I normally would, I want distance. I need to lock in more, a bigger profit, so then I can hold those more contracts in the position. It's a way to protect yourself because you don't ever want to go green or go red on a beautiful green trade. Do you understand? So it's about positioning correctly and thinking ahead. Remember, guys, all this is a game of chess. Okay. If you don't play chess, doesn't matter. The only takeaway that you need from that is you really need to think ahead. It's not just about thinking one step ahead. If you can think one step ahead, you have life beat. Look at the mouth breathers that absolutely fucking surround you on a daily basis. Just as you go out to grab a coffee, you're go driving around, you're walking down the road. They're fucking mouth breathers. These people can't even see an inch away from their face, right? It's a problem. So if you can think one step ahead, you have probably 75% of the fucking world's population beat. If you can think multiple steps and always be ahead of that game, there's nothing that can touch you ever. You always have your bases covered. And that's all this is. It's just simply thinking ahead. Gold. I don't know what you're referring to, Eds. I'm not sure what you mean there, bud. So anyways, that's what I got. If you want to learn how to come trade like a professional, come to tricktrades.com and work with a coach that not only can get you there, but actually has a knack for teaching and instructing and has been doing this an awfully long time successfully. And if not, you want to continue to enjoy the free stuff. There is 1,000 free videos for you, but it's up to you to piece it all together. And that sounds like it's going to take you a really long time. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go enjoy it myself. Adios. Great job today, guys. Have a good evening. Adios.